Hello and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. You're damn right I was supposed to end the part. Oh, that last one's long. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we did the skip button. Monika's talking to Sayori again. And then did the black screen transition. And now we're about to interact with Yuri, I'm guessing. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. Dots. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? Are we even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it was your eyes. It's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only one of those... Your troubles are the only concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Why did I have so much trouble reading that? Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a little bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. Or should I say inane? It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Octile. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight, and there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think that there might be something behind it all? After all, I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. She may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. And I also feel some concern for hers. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Dots. Yuri suddenly looked deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, I get a little feeling. A person's mysteries are untold even to themselves, and you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, and I treat her like shit most of the time anyways. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. That should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Dots. Okay, everyone. What? What? Ah, there wasn't like any special thing. We're gonna be sharing our poems, it looks. Okay, let's go to Yuri. Dots. Octile. Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. The final poem we get a lot of praise. I mean, we did for Natsuki too. I'm a little envious even. Damn it, fucking yawning, stop. I don't even start doing it until I start recording, and it's pissing me off. Maybe I'm secretly getting bored at this. I don't know why, I'm actually quite enjoying this. That's why I want to get all the secrets and all that. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. A little smile. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Octile, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? Oh no, it's such a horrible thing. It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with, or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people, who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Octile. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what I was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No. That's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I am a difficult person, Octile. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. That's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. Now I'd say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way. Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yui puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Hey, it's Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone finger crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. She's embarrassed. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Very not. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So thank you. I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her. But instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. And I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can, the poem is, once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me. I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Guess, we gotta go see how Natsuki reacts. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next. Damn. Fucking cold. I'm really torn now. I like Yuri a lot more than I did when I first started this. She's not anywhere near as overrated as I thought she was. I mean, Natsuki is still my favorite, but I might have to debunk Sayori and Monica down a few notches on my best girl scale of Doki Dokis. I believe Natsuki is still best Doki, but I think Yuri is damn well in a good spot to be a second Doki. Sayori's third and Monica's fourth. Monica could have been third if she wasn't, you know, the way she is. Alright, let's go to Sayori next. Dots. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. You're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. It's all that matters to me. Thank you, Octile. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. Just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I could say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Monica's the only one that's left. Hi, Octile. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in a just use the skip button, my friend. History. Alright. Your style's gotten so refined, Octile. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words this past couple days than she's talked this whole fucking damn. Okay, hold up. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but it's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. Still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... It's awfully suspicious, you know, spending time with her in the club room every day. There's something weird between Monica and Yuri. Because with Sayori, Monica was just like, you know, friends. And then with Natsuki, she didn't really give a fuck. But she's like really... what's the word? I can't think of the right word, but she's calling out everything as far as it goes with Yuri. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel. Whoa! What the fuck? That's a Natsuki insult. What the fuck? Reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. Makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know. Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? You know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it can be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, weird. That was like such a mix of like actual genuine advice, like that whole, you know, vulnerable, you know, thing. But I'm just being a bitch, Monica. God damn. Oh, also, there's something I'm not entirely sure how noticeable it is in everybody else. Because Monica's in case you haven't noticed, Monica's like the only one in the game who's at like a full, like straightforward view of the screen. I guess that kind of works in like the fourth wall breaking aspect. It's almost like she's staring right at me, while the other ones are kind of at like a angle of sorts. But in case you haven't noticed, these fucking hips, Jesus Christ. I mean, you look at the shoulder, but I mean just the way it just kind of I mean, Christ. I remember there was a copy pasta of Mercy going around for a while. And somebody made a version of that with Monica, and I read it, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Guys, I'm shaking, I'm fucking shaking. I never wanted to breed with anyone more than I want to with Monica. That perfect, curvy body. Those bountiful breasts. The childbearing hips of a literal goddess. It honestly fucking hurts knowing that I'll never mate with her, pass my genes through her, and have her birth a set of perfect offspring. I'd do fucking anything for the chance to get Monica pregnant. Anything. And the fact that I can't is quite honestly too much to fucking bear. Why would Team Salvato create something so perfect? To fucking tantalize us? Fucking laugh in our faces? Honestly guys, I'm just not fucking Daijubu anymore. Fuck.
And that's when I noticed like the hip thing, because there's a picture of Monica to go with it. And I really never noticed how far her hips stick out. They are what people call, I mean, this isn't the first time I've heard this term. They're what people call childbearing hips. And if I'm correct, the reasoning for that is because they're wide, and it makes it easier for childbirth, if I'm correct. That is why the term is given. So the more you know. Anyway. Yep, anyway. Alright. I think this is the part where I'll choose Yuri. Go over to her house. Oh. Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying... Ugh. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Octile? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki will be able to handle... Oh, fuck. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I'd be fine. Why did I felt like I double-clicked. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. Or should I say salt. So, is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word. But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Octile? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. It's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Dots. Natsuki.
What? Ugh, why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Octile picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kinda surprised, though. But why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Tsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken back by Yuri's words. If she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri's trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kinda appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Pack up their things, clicking mouse buttons, so I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other and I turn around every now and then. Sorry, I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can. Don't yawn, don't you motherfucker. Can't believe that slipped my mind. I should give you my phone number. Should I? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house, since I'm the one helping you. Suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. Decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. Hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Octile. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? Dots. I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself in an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I wanna. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that. It relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've got pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Skip. What? I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. Okay, tell myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri's clearly an introvert, and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely fucking sakes, mate. Come on, just read the damn thing. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori. Okay, here we go. Skip button. The skip button activates when we're no longer on new dialogue. Bleh. Oh, right. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. I just remember we found out she cuts, and she is wearing a sweater. Well, actually, we don't know if she cuts in this version. She might just do it in the glitched version. Maybe not in the regular run of the game. Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a... Oh, she came early. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Suppose that's true. Didn't think of that for some reason. Should be common sense to do that. But I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. See, you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least it bothers me that it's a turtleneck sweater, honestly. But at least I hope I got everything right. Wait a minute. I don't know why, but I actually just genuinely questioned how people put on turtleneck sweaters. I don't know why I thought you wouldn't be able to get your head through the hole. Unless you can't. No, you obviously fucking can. Why am I thinking it's I don't have any. I don't have any turtleneck sweaters. I mean, I know you just pull them out over your head, but I feel like the neck part you can't fit your head through for some reason, and now I want to try putting one on, and I don't fucking have any because I don't like how they look. So God damn it! I wonder if I can. Hold up. I wonder if I actually go on YouTube. Just a moment. Hold up. How to put on turtle neck sweater. Okay, I see how it works. I see entirely. Okay. Alright. And basically, I'm thinking about it like it goes inward more, but no, it's just this part, and then it's extended upward from that part. So the circle isn't any more closed. The circle is just raised. So it covers the neck like a shield. It's like adding... What is a good analogy for this? It is like adding a cylinder onto a hole on a box. That's not a good analogy, but that is how I'm reasoning it in my head. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri to my room. Oh, hey! That is a piss poor setup. That's not how you do it. You see, you put the TV there, you put the bed where the TV is, and you leave the computer. That way, if you're in bed, you know... I mean, the bed setup is good, but it's not great. Because, like, from the bed, you can't see the computer. You can only see the TV. But if you're at the computer, you can turn to the TV if the TV's there. And then if you're in the bed, you can see the computer screen if need be, and you can also watch the TV. I mean, that is the way to do it. That is the setup. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. Wait, what the fuck? Why is there... no point. I cleaned it before he came over, so... it's very considerate of you to do. See, I can't have women in my room. I have too many fucking bionicles everywhere. No. It'd be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. Ah! I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. Let go of Yuri's wrists. She puts both... What was in the desk drawer is the question. Puts both her hands firmly in her lap as if she's making sure... Wait. Is she wearing leggings? There's no pockets or anything. That is a heavy, thick black outline, too. Do all the clothes? No. The other... That's weird. Why do they have such a thick outline? I mean, that could be justified as shadow, but that's not shadow. Huh. It's just weirdly noticeable considering like nothing else in the game has an outline like that. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was noticing pants for no reason. Yeah, keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements. I'm remembering this fucking... Okay, anybody watching this, if you haven't heard of Das Boschkit in the Gmod Idiot Box, go watch that right now. It's fucking great. I'm just remembering this one scene. Atmospheric enhancements. I hope the guy's able to make some new stuff soon. It was such a long wait waiting for him to make an update video. I mean, Christ, I thought the guy was dead. Alright. Atmospheric enhancements. Oh my god, it fits. He's you know. It fits it too well. Mood lightning. Aromanthropy candles. Oh wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I'll have to help take our guests to a faraway place. Though many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best. Oh, also, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody else kind of stands at an angle. They don't stand straight forward. I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? It makes me feel relieved. Kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder. Okay, enough of that fucking awful laugh, but oh my fucking Christ. Oh, I'm having memories of fucking sex ed in the 8th grade. Shout outs to Woody and putting the condom on Woody. Oh my god. This is so fun talking trips down the memories. Alright. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. But what's... What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromanthropy? Aero is air, right? I assume because aerodynamics. Did I ever tell you the story about how fucking... Alright. So at the middle school I went to, the only language class they had was Arabic. Eventually they added Spanish, but the teacher was horrible. But nobody liked Arabic because it's fucking hard to learn. I mean, it really is. I suck at learning all languages. I don't know why. I've taken Spanish, French, and Arabic at this point. And I'm just bad at languages. So I stopped taking them. But, you know, in my 1 year of Spanish, 2 years of French, and 2 years of Arabic, there was something special that happened during that second year of Arabic. So, our teacher, I don't quite understand the process behind this, but she went from being an Arabic teacher to a principal at a French school because she knew how to speak French. I don't know. I do not know how the hell that works, but, you know, props to her. She was able to do good. She wasn't very good at controlling class or anything, but, you know, all the power to her if that job worked out. But because she left near the end of the school year, they got a sub. And this was an old white man who did not know Arabic or anything about it. But what he did know was aerodynamics. So, he began to teach us aerodynamics, planes and all that shit. And it was actually pretty interesting. Except there was just one problem. It was fucking Arabic class, and they were teaching us aerodynamics. And they were giving out, like, actual assignments and shit. And so everybody, they just kept calling them out, like, yo, this is Arabic class, not aerodynamics. What the fuck is this shit? Is this actually affecting my grade? Are you shitting me? After fucking about a week of that, it just became a movie class. No more assignments, and the school year ended. And then I took Spanish. And then the teacher had a breakdown and cried. I think she got fired eventually, I'm not sure. She was not a good Spanish teacher, not at all. A lot of memories. A lot of memories. It's funny how like, you don't even remember a lot of this shit. I mean, like, you don't forget about it, but you just don't ever think about it. I wonder how long it would take to imagine all, like, I mean, what if you retained all your memories? I wonder how long, like, say, you know, you're like 20-something years old, and you've remembered everything, you know, up to that point. How long would it take you to actually, like, imagine and go through all those memories? Like, could you do it quickly, or would it theoretically take 20 years? I mean, I'm talking about, like, every moment. Or would you just kind of... I mean, I suppose even if you had the... Well, it's not about whether you pick and choose. I'm talking about actually remembering. And, like, why am I... What the fuck? Why am I talking about any of this? What is any of this shit? I'm trying to do a Yuri route, and... Ugh. So this is what I was talking about with the ranting earlier. Yuri talks about how she rants too much, but Jesus Christ. I'm really the crime committer here. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself, like skin oils. Funny joke. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. I don't know how much I'd buy into that stuff. I mean, it's all neat, regardless of whether it actually works. But like, you know, I'm always skeptical when there's stuff that preaches things like that. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through the small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells like a little sweet and flowery, alright? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion if anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. Once again, she reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I like to do is write a different word on each paper, and we'll need about 100... Christ. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we could fasten paper onto the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Yeah, if it's done right, that sounds like it'd be really cool. It'd also catch the eye of those passing by the room. May attract someone to come peek inside. It's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Octile. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once you finish cutting the ribbons. Characters. Oh, it's Japan. They have not letters. I think they're called characters at least. I'm pretty sure they're called characters. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. I know that feel, bro. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired. I thought we had blue. And then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. It's no ordinary pocket knife. That's an advanced pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? I'm going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? Wait, hold up. Monica said she carries pocket knives with her. And, oh, she probably does cut. Fuck. I wonder if we're going to talk about that at all. You promise you won't be weirded out? Yeah, I promise. Alright. Thing is, I'm kind of into knives. Is this gonna get sexual? They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. A combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger. Man, she's edgy. Maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? He relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Did he really cut himself? Octile. Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. Barely touched it at all. Nah, I think the only time I've ever cut myself with a knife is when I was using an X-Acto knife during... Was it sculpture? Yeah, it was sculpture class. We were using it to cut some cardboard. And I was curious about how sharp it was. And so, I like did this in the most asinine way possible. Like, I didn't touch the point with my finger. I like laid out my hand. And so, you know, palm on the table. I'm trying to describe what part of my finger I did this to. So I did my pointer finger. You know how you have the knuckle on your pointer finger? Like, the segment of finger right before your knuckle. I just kind of stabbed down. And it just kind of went in. I mean, it wasn't like I did it deep or anything, but like I didn't really test it. I just kind of did it. I don't know, I was like really doubting the sharpness of the fucking X-Acto knife for no reason. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, it was just like a little pinprick, but I was like, shit, shouldn't have done that. I doubted it, and I paid the price of a moment of sharp pain and a slight little dot of blood. Barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I could have gotten a fucking infection for that. I mean, shit. Like, people were using that stuff all throughout the day. I mean, I was not smart at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck was this game in fingers? Holy shit. Holy shit, what is with this game and fingers? First Natsuki, now Yuri? Fucking Nintendo Switch on us. We sucked Natsuki's finger, now Yuri's gonna suck our finger. Oh shit. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her oh my fucking god. At least with Natsuki, we just like sucked off the frosting. You know, it could have been passed off as cute, you know, in a sense, but it was stepping over a lot of boundaries and shit, and it was really just, ugh. But like, this is straight up sexual. She is licking our blood. I mean, and they're describing it too. Like, this isn't just like, little lick. No, this is tongue like curling around the finger. Like she's getting that nourishment. Moment of silence for. Feel her tongue crawl. Oh fuck! Hold up. What did it say? I feel tongue crawl. Yes. Feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pulled my hand back. Fool. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. I mean, think about this in real life. I mean, would you say drinking? Would you call that drinking? I wouldn't say that's enough blood to say drinking it, but I mean, consuming someone's blood. I mean, that is like a straight up way to like get disease and shit. All things aside, I mean, who just does that? I mean, they're like still kind of strangers. I mean, I'm gonna sneeze again. I think. No, I'm fine. I mean, they don't know each other that well. And I mean, if one of them was sick, like, that's like instant way of getting sick, ain't it? I mean, I know like STDs can be transferred by blood. I'm no way saying one of them has an STD. I doubt it. But I mean, just about like all illnesses can be transferred by blood and stuff, right? Because bodily fluids, you know, saliva and all that. I mean, it's very. It's just not a good way to stay healthy, mate. His hands probably weren't even washed. Your touched supplies she got from a store, probably. All dirty, got them germs, just so unhygienic. Ugh. Ugh. Man, she's gonna have to clean that knife before she cuts herself now. I'm really doubting that she actually cuts herself in this run, though. I feel like she just is weird, but doesn't actually... I don't feel like she's that edgy yet. Because I think the reason she did that is because she had her shit altered by Monica. But still, though, the sweater thing... I don't know. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. Take Yuri's hand and lick... This game is really weird about licking fingers. Is that a fetish? Because I know, like, feet have, like, a fetish behind them, you know, foot fetish. Is there, like, a fetish for hands? We need to talk to Dan about this. We have his Twitter. We can do it. We'll lure him in with talks about old school melee. And then he'll be like, yo, anybody got Dr. Mario? And I'll be like, Dr. Mario, he says that licking fingers is unhygienic. And then he'll be like, oh snap, strapping is against the laws. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay. But yeah, man, Natsuki didn't even lick our finger. But now, me and Yuri, fucking both finger licks. Octile, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. It's not... If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. It's so weird, Octile. Yuri giggles shyly. Calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respected activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finished attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them out side by side. It looks better than I expected. It will be very effective as a door curtain. Looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. You ready to move on to next week's task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? Oh, it's midnight. I have to get up early. See, I have my clock right below my computer monitor, and I don't know how I can go so long without actually glancing at the damn thing since it's right in front of my face. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's what... I'm getting 6 hours of sleep at the most. I mean, that was if I went to bed right now. Yeah, it's better than most nights. Usually I get 4. That's like my average. That's why I live for the weekends when I can sleep in. Sometimes, like most weekends, I don't even get to sleep in. I mean, it's better than what a lot of people get, though. Thankful for sleep. Sleep is one of those things that I don't know. Like, I like staying up really late until because there's a point where eventually I'll get so tired that I just don't feel like doing anything, and sleeping is really appealing, and that's when I'll usually go to sleep. But then, I don't know, once I go to sleep, I just don't want to fucking get up. I mean, you wake up and you just want to go back to sleep. You just really do not want to get up. I mean, shit, I think the most I've slept in just one straight up session, because eventually you do have to get up because you have to use the bathroom so badly. Or you know, waking up to food usually kind of helps with that. Sometimes I'll eat the food and then go right back to sleep. I think the longest session I've had so far of sleeping is 16 hours, I want to say. I feel like it's closer to the 15. I'm not sure how the rounding usually works. But we'll just go with like 16. Somewhere between 15 and 16 hours. But it was great. I mean, I felt really groggy after I finally did get up, and my body just kind of felt really weird from being in the, you know, just kind of laying there for so long. But I mean, it was nice. I wasn't tired at all. It resulted in me staying up really late though, and just fucked my sleep schedule for the next day. It was like the only way to fix that, really, because you would need like multiple days to slowly transition back to normal, but I had to go cold turkey. I had like 2 hours of sleep. Barely even 2 hours, actually. I went to bed at 4 and had to get up at 5. It was like 5:20-ish. And I ended up just... There are times where I'll wake up, and I'll just sit there and stare at a wall for like a good 10 minutes. I don't know why that helps, but it helps a lot. Usually I'll wake up and immediately take a shower, because that is like the golden thing. Though I take hot showers, I don't like taking cold showers, they're too uncomfortable. Usually a warm shower just helps kind of warm me up to the day and the task I got going on. You know, helps me just kind of relax into remembering everything I gotta do. Yeah. I honestly feel bad for people who have jobs and such that prevent them from sleeping in ever, really. Because, I mean, I honestly believe that, like, being able to sleep as much as you want is, like, a really big deal to, like, being happy, in my opinion. Because, I mean, I'm sure other people have different opinions on this, but to me, being able to sleep as much as I want, like, if I had to constantly wake up early every day, I'd be so fucking just done with everything. It's because I don't know. Something about waking up early. I've just never. I mean, once I'm actually up and going, it's like pretty enjoyable. But just that process of getting up and going, the first hour is always so difficult. I wonder if it's like that for everybody. Like, I wonder if early birds have that problem or not. Though I suppose early birds go to sleep early. So they're getting the same amount of... Oh my god, they're getting the same amount of sleep. It's just... I mean, if you sleep 8 hours but you go to bed at like 7, it's only natural. I'm sure there are some people who don't do that. Maybe that's the key, like being able to live with getting up early. It's just you go to bed early. But I mean, then you don't really have any of your day. Because if you're waking up early, it means you have shit you have to do. That usually takes up a good chunk of your day, so you'd get home and you only really have stuff to do, like, time to do things for like a few hours. Oh no. Anyways, sleeping is important to me. I like having the option. I mean, sleeping for like 15, 16 hours, you know, kind of unacceptable, but you know, that nice 10 to 12 range is really good to have sometimes. Because, every now and again, you just kind of need that. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Oh, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be back in a minute. Right back in a minute. Thank you very much. And, oh, just a little bit of water is okay. Fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Put them on the plate to catch any paint that drips, and then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? Come to see Yuri quickly on... And she cuts. Probably didn't wash the fucking knife either. Probably cut because we cut ourselves with the knife, you know, skin oils and shit. Wanted it in her bloodstream. I knew it. I knew it the moment we saw the sweater. So she does it in the regular run too. I have a feeling it's not going to be addressed, just because we didn't address Natsuki's dad. I mean, it was hinted at, but it was never addressed until the glitch run. And this is heavily hinting at it. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner. I always wondered how people hide the fact that they have scars from cutting themselves. I mean, I know people do it on the thighs, and like that I can obviously get, because like, you know, pants and underwear. But I mean, the whole thing about like keeping your wrist always covered, I mean like always, that sounds hard. I mean, you're in public, you know, you have to wear long sleeves. It might be a bitch during summer, but I mean, like, at home? That sounds... Because, I mean, I don't know what people do for clothes or pajamas at home, but, I mean, I'm always shirtless. I mean, just because that's comfortable. You know, I have, like, a few shirts I've designated as, like, pajama shirts. But usually, you know, I'm just chilling in here. If I get cold, I'll put on a blanket, because I like that a bit more. I mean, that's just me. And, you know, it's hard for me to, like, imagine people, like, just always wearing a long-sleeve shirt or something just to cover that, even while they're at home. Just because, I mean, they get used to it. For me, that'd be uncomfortable, but I don't know. It just seems weird. It just seems like it'd be a very difficult thing to hide. Let's see. Once it dries, I feel like did I read that? I didn't read that. Starting with the colors for sunrise in daytime and sunset in nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting out a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class, the projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Remember back in elementary school, in 5th grade, our art teacher had promised us, because, like, she told us that she was getting stuff required to be able to make clay things, you know, because you need... fuck, what was it again? I don't remember the names, but the stuff where you cook the clay, you know, to make it harden and everything, and that she was going to get that installed so we could, you know, mess around with clay. But it just never happened, and I remember bringing it up with her at the end of the school year. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, it just didn't happen. And I was sad, because clay's awesome. We had worked with clay once, It was like some special thing. Like all the kids came down to the gym because it didn't, or the freaking elementary school didn't have an auditorium. We used the gym, and like we made stuff of clay, and it was awesome. I made a turtle, and then we like put this polished stuff on it, and like it came out like really shiny and everything, and I loved it. Clay is fun to work with. I enjoy working with clay. I remember I took ceramics class for I think it was a semester, and I enjoyed that. Though I don't know, I was kind of a perfectionist. I never liked any of the fucking pots I made. They never came out how I liked them. I mean, other people said they were pretty okay and stuff. I was pretty good at making pinch pots. I'm not good at the wheel at all. My shit always breaks. But I mean, making the stuff with my hands and, you know, just going in there and forming it, I'm good at that. But I just never had enough time to make things as smooth as I wanted to or anything. They always came out not symmetrical. It was really saddening. Trying to remember something. So I know I didn't take home any of the things I made. I can't remember where they ended up. I think I just left them there, and I can't remember if one of my friends took them because they liked them or not. Anyways, it's relaxing. Sorry if you feel it's too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. Glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? When Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing an experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the bandage to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Which one? Kia. Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. I just startled me. That's all. Sorry. Should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. Let me just flick that shit right off. I'll get a towel right away. Rush out and fetch a small towel, and dampen it with hot water. I quickly return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Artwork! Here. Pat Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. I remember for a while when I learned how to like make hot towels and stuff, you know, you get a towel, you know, you get it wet and then you get it all the water. And then what I do is you put it in the microwave and it works great. You know, I know there's nothing wrong about putting a towel in the microwave because it's not metal or nothing, but now that I'm like saying this out loud, it feels like I did something wrong. I'm sure I didn't though, because I mean it came out fine every time. It was great. It felt really good. I mean, hot towels feel good, considering if they're not burning hot. My skin's weirdly sensitive to hot stuff for whatever reason. I mean, I like to think, you know, I can handle the cold pretty well. I mean, not that I don't get cold, but that I can put up with it pretty well. But I mean, something about things that are hot just fuck me up. I don't know why. I can't... I mean, I cannot get in the hot tubs or anything without just a lot of discomfort. I mean, it takes me a good 10 minutes to get into a hot tub just because of how bad it feels. I do not know why. I don't know if it's like more of a psychological thing or something. I would kind of assume it would, because, I mean, who the hell has trouble getting in a hot tub? But I don't know. It's always kind of been like that. Also kind of afraid of fire. Because, maybe not like, you know, stove or anything, but there have been a few times when I've been around like fireplaces, and I cannot stand the heat that they give off. I mean, plus the fact that, you know, it would be so easy just to fucking fall into the damn thing. I mean, it's right there. It's just a little pile of stuff. I mean, you fall into that. I mean, there's no guardrails or nothing. It's just open fire. Shit. It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for oh, she opened and closed her eyes. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Why does he always feel dizzy whenever he is intimate? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrists send a tingling sensation through my arm. Okay, actually, I understand what he means. Never mind. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. Someone's yawning. This part's gonna be like the fucking longest part of Doki Doki ever, because I've gone on too many goddamn rants. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up... I don't even know if I can edit them out, because I feel like it would break up the video too badly. He picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. Wait, why did they make like a thing for the towel scene, but not for the finger sucking scene? What the fuck? They did for Natsuki, like the scene centered around, you know, the finger stuff, but this time it didn't. It just centered around some hot towels. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. And, you know, some airplanes so we can pretend that they're like shooting stars in the night sky, because I could really use a wish right now. Looking at the banner as a whole, it was very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. Really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering? Oh, this is just kind of reminding me when I made my fucking YouTube banner. I don't know if I'll have it changed by now or not. I had a thing with like a ball and a laser and stuff. And I remember thinking like, oh, this is kind of nice. And then I had this empty space and I was just like, fuck it, I'll put my name there. And it looks kind of awful. I mean, it's not the worst looking, but I could have done a lot better. But I just didn't have any ideas. And I have to make an entirely new one anyways, because that one, if you look at it on mobile or on the telly, it gets chopped off because YouTube's cropping system is fucked for whatever reason. Which is why I'm making a new banner, one that won't be, you know, cropped horribly. I'm having a lot of trouble making it though, thinking of something good. Well, I have the idea actually, but there's just this one part tripping me up that I can't create it so it looks good. I'm not going on another fucking rant. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. But won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our events start. minutes. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? I sucked on your finger. Love me. No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. We need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping that we would have extra time after finishing the work. I just realized that Suki is the only person in the game whose parent has been mentioned. I mean, she has a father at least. Nobody else has anyone. There are no parents anywhere in this game. Well, oh my god, has anybody seen the fucking Datsuki thing where it's Dio Brando with Natsuki's hair? You know, Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It's great. I feel like it's Dio because it has something to do with the Buff Suki meme. I mean, just because everybody in JoJo is like ridiculously overly muscular. Don't even get me started on the Pillar Men. Kono Dio da. Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping that there would be more time as well. Why am I biting my finger? It was probably my fault. Oh, damn it, Doki Doki got me like, ugh, no. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is, we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. So let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. Kinda say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. I honestly think I might like Yuri the most now. I mean, like, I'm torn. Natsuki, I like Natsuki a lot. Her personality and everything, and especially the way she looks. But I mean, Yuri's like personality and everything is really. I like hers a lot too. Also, I like the color purple. Purple's great. Ever since I played Saints Row, I've always liked the color purple. It's like I'm fucking torn. If only I could take the best bits from every Doki and put them in the one person. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over. We can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my word, Yuri smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very fucking damn it. Very thoughtful, Octile. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I don't even get the chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori. Hi, Octile. Sayori. Just now, we weren't. Ehehe. It's okay, Octile. I just happened to stop, but damn it, there's no happened. I mean, I would have say I just happened to stop by and say hi, but no. She just says I just stopped by to say hi. This does not fit the way I speak. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Ah, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Skip. Sayori, you always be my dearest friend. There are people who ship Natsuki and Yuri. Did y'all know that? It's weird. It's weird, especially because of, like, the differences physically wise. You know, this game was a parody on the visual novel genre, and it's just so funny to see it attract the fan base. You know, like, it has, like, it's a standard visual novel fan base, and I just find it so funny that since this is like a parody of visual novels in a sense. I mean, the game is pretty much your standard visual novel until it gets to the second half, and that's when everything gets funny and shit. Because the whole appeal of this game is that, you know, it mind fucks you, David Blaine style. Is his name David Blaine? Is that the one guy? The mind freak? I feel like it is. Because it turns horror and everything, and nobody expects that. I mean, that qualifies this as a parody, I think. Wait, what the fuck? What am I doing? Wait. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was absentmindedly clicking this and I couldn't skip, but that's because I haven't done the dearest friend thing yet. I did that on the Natsuki route. Should be fine, right? There's nothing relating to Yuri route in here, I don't think. It's just the, you know, standard. Yawning. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. If I fucked up, somebody can tell me, I'm sure. I doubt I did, though. Okay, we did it. And, skip button's activated. Oh, it's a little difference. There's gonna be a little differences. Considered my house waking up. Meanwhile, preparation nearly complete. At the beginning of the year, and I painted it dry. I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend the day with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Did Sayori's name come first always? I kind of feel like... Because before I thought he says Natsuki and Sayori. Now he's saying Sayori and Yuri. Weird. Knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Skip. Yeah. Yeah, we've already seen that, so that's fine. Oh yeah. Because we chose the different option this time. There's no response. Okay, and now we don't. We're done. That's as far as I'm gonna push it. Cause I'm preparing for something. I might have to do some other things, but there is a special ending to this game that we're gonna get on here. And it involves having saves from doing multiple runs. So I'm gonna have to probably quickly redo a Natsuki run, and if it all works out, you know, I'll make a video and I'll explain what I've done. And yeah, that's the end of the Yuri route. We've done Sayori and Yuri both in one day, I believe. No, not in one day. We finished the Sayori one earlier, but the beginning footage for that run was from a while ago. Man, the timeline of my videos is fucked. But yeah, that's the end for this part of Doki Doki Literature Club. This is kind of like the unofficial end to the series, considering that, I mean, all that's left now is to just kind of pick apart the game. But I mean, we've done Natsuki, Sayori, and Yuri, and then we've done the second run. And the second run to my knowledge, is unaffected by everything in the first run, because the game reboots and then all the choices are forced. So, yeah, this is the unofficial end to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to be doing more videos on this, but anybody who wants to just kind of clock out now, you don't care about the secrets or anything, this would be the part to do it at, because we've explored all the routes and such. So that's the end for this part of Doki Doki Literature Club. See everybody in the next one.